Welcome back! We are continuing where we left off last time and finishing up Arches National Park. Today, I'm showing you my favorite easy hikes in Arches that are under 2 miles each and will bring you to some of the most beautiful arches and other rock formations. We'll wrap up this leg of the trip with a visit to one of the most unique and otherworldly state parks that I have ever seen. Thank you for joining me, and let's hop right in. Okay, it's cold out there. I'm just figuring out what last things I want to tick off today, or not tick off, well, you know, tick off of my checklist today. So I have about an hour or so that I'm willing to spend here, and then I want to go to my campsite, which is down the road from the park. I'm debating eating my peanut butter and jelly sandwich because I want it so badly, but I only have an hour left to do stuff. I packed so much food and snacks for Fiery Furnace, and I still have not eaten. I'm at this viewpoint. I think I'm just gonna carry it out to the viewpoint and eat it. I'm at the Salt Valley Overlook, by the way, so let's go check that out. This viewpoint was a lovely stop to have a bite before continuing on. The red rocks on the left are Fiery Furnace, which is a super fun maze hike that I completed in my last video. I enjoyed my somewhat sad sandwich here, back in my car, because it was so cold and windy. Perhaps the most famous arch in the world, Delicate Arch is even the background of the Utah license plate. While not one of my favorite hikes, the lower and upper viewpoints are a good option if you're on a time crunch like I was. Instead, I would recommend the 3-mile hike up to the base of the arch if you have time and are able. From the parking lot, the lower viewpoint is just 200 feet along a flat trail. The upper viewpoint will get you closer to Delicate Arch and is a half-mile round trip. Moving on to one of my favorite short hikes, we have Balanced Rock. This was a 0.3-mile trail that will take you in a loop around the rock structure so you can see it from every angle. Balanced Rock stands 128 feet tall, and the rock itself weighs 3,600 tons. I'm at the Petrified Sand Dunes viewpoint. So bizarre. It looks very out of place compared to the rest of the park. It's quite dark now. Well, it's getting dark. It's around 6:30 and I've been chilling at my campground. I have 1 bar of service, so I've just been catching people up a little bit and set my Slack status out of office because I forgot to do that. And yeah, I kept my streak going on Duolingo. Very important stuff over here. But now, before it gets completely dark, I'm gonna throw my gloves back on, get some water boiling for some instant nudes, and get myself set up. I'm at Ken's Lake Campground, if you're curious. It's really pretty gorgeous. I will say I made the mistake of booking a site that was closest to the lake, thinking that the lake would be nice. And it's alright, but the view the opposite direction is actually much nicer towards the mountains. So I just looked, and campsite 30 has a really nice view. If you do stop here, know that opposite the lake is actually the really nice view of the LaSalle and the nice red rocks. So my view in front of me is pretty nice, but not as nice as it could have been. Time for me to make some food. Something warm sounds really good. I can't wait to make some tea and some nudes. I also can't believe that I have not yet made coffee. I had coffee on the drive over, but otherwise I have not made coffee yet. Because for me, coffee is like an 11 to 1 thing, but I'm not going to bust out the stove again like at lunchtime to make coffee, so I could just do it cold. Okay, now I'm just rambling. Time to make food. Goodbye. Good morning. It is Tuesday the 8th. I'm filming on my phone because my GoPro's battery is too cold to function this morning. It is currently 16 degrees outside and my car is absolutely frozen. I'm waiting for it to defrost right now so I can drive to the bathroom and then I can drive back into Arches for a few hours. I went outside to scrape the ice off and it's so frozen I could only get off like the bottom 6 inches or so, and the rest I need to wait for the car to do it for me. And then there was some like ice crystals that I could not figure out why I couldn't get them off, and turns out they're inside the car, so I just need to show you that because it's freaking insane. At the Windows Arch Trail this morning. There's a few arches here. This 1-mile trail should not be missed while visiting Arches National Park. Some of the most iconic arches are found along this short walk, including massive ones that you can walk directly under. The views from both directions under the north window were just beautiful, and they were worth the hike alone.
Alright, so this is Turret Arch. The last giant one was the north window. Now we're going to see if we can find the south window. Okay, there's the south window. Wow.
From the windows trail, you can take a short connector path right to the next trail that we're going to be checking out.
This is the double O arch. It's over there. I'm going to try to get a Polaroid and see how it turns out. Wow. Definitely a sweet view.
You can hike right inside the double arch on this 0.6 mile trail. This is the tallest arch in the entire park at an amazing 112 feet high. Double Arch was easily one of my favorites in the park. Our last stop in Arches, Park Avenue is one of the most striking viewpoints in the park, and it's easily accessible from the parking lot. If you're up for it, a 1.8 mile trail takes you down into the canyon and between those beautiful rock walls. Since I was on a tight schedule, I had to skip this hike and start making my way to my next stop. I was super excited to spend some time exploring Goblin Valley State Park.
Whoa, that one looks like a little temple.
Goblin Valley is definitely worth a stop if you're hitting the Mighty Five parks in Utah, or if you're just in the area between Arches and Capitol Reef National Parks. Entry to this park costs $20, and you can even spend a night here in the campground for $45, or get extra fancy in a yurt for $150. There are a handful of established trails you can follow to some of the most popular structures, including a slot canyon that you can rappel into. Just grab a $2 permit at the visitor center first. If you prefer to choose your own path like I did, you're welcome to wander amidst the goblins in the valley. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button to catch the rest of my Utah road trip and other outdoor adventures. Next time, I'll be sharing my trip to Capitol Reef National Park. If you'd like to say hi, leave me a comment below. I reply to every single one of them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care and happy adventuring!